Hi, it's Stephen here at Bland Designs, and I'm just doing a really quick video bringing you up to date with some of the projects I've been working on. I don't always do a process video for everything that I'm working on. A lot of things are experimental, well, I just thought I'd show you some things that I've been playing around with. Now this you have already seen. This is my little wooden box, and I do have a detailed video about this one, but I'm really proud of this. This turned out really nice, and if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and see it. There's a shadow box built into this, and there's an album inside as well. So as I said, there is a detailed video showing this. Just for fun, I find a lot of interesting things at the dollar store, and one of those things that I found is this little, it was an unpainted little coffin kind of a thing for Halloween. And I had my family over here for dinner, Thanksgiving dinner, so I made this as a little centerpiece on my table. And yeah, okay, so it's not really Thanksgiving theme, it's more Halloween. Some people might find this a little bit, weird for a Thanksgiving dinner table, but I just put it together really quick. I used up some of the my stash of embellishments and things like that, and I think it turned out kind of cute. So that was one thing. Now, some other things I've been working on. Some tags, large tags. I'm actually going to be doing a class in mixed media featuring doing these tags and the different techniques that I used. This one, I already have a detailed video of this. It's a process one. And this features using up your extra die cuts that might be laying around and doing some glazing. But these two, I'm really having a lot of fun with because neither one of these have any glue on them whatsoever. They're made up of scraps of paper, some old tags, things like that. So it's all scraps, but I did it on my sewing machine. Now, I don't know how to sew, but I got this sewing machine about a month ago. It was a great price. It's a Brothers sewing machine that has about 50 different stitches on it for $189 at Costco. And I thought, well, maybe I should learn how to sew. So I'm using this for paper things, and I'm using the various stitches that it has, and so this is all this is. I just lay down these big tags. These are the big tags from Ranger. I just take my scraps of paper, rip them up, put them down, sew over top of them. I don't worry about trying to go around the edges or anything, just go across, and I experiment with some of the various stitches. I really like this one of the leaves down here, and it puts it all together, and I kind of fun to make this kind of thing. This one I just did the other day, and on here it's not just scraps of paper, but these pieces that are right here are actually used baby wipes that I've used in other projects to clean up my ink and that kind of thing. Too pretty to throw away, so I just come in pieces and stitch it over top of them. Also, I learned how to use my buttonhole or my button stitcher on there, which works really cool. So I don't like sewing on buttons when they fall off my shirts that well. By hand. Now that I know how to use the button stitch on this sewing machine, hey, bring it on. I'll be sewing my own buttons on. The other thing that I do as well, and I have done a video of this, is I take my journal backgrounds and I make them into cards. I'll scan them into my computer, print them out, and put them on a card base, and they become cards. Well, I thought, why not do the same thing with the tag? So I put this tag down on my scanner, and I scanned it, and I organized it. I'm trying to keep the glare off this because I have it in a little plastic envelope, and it becomes a base for a card. So, you know, you can get a couple of projects out of this kind of thing. So anyways, oh, nope, missed one thing. And I was doing some art journaling, and you may have seen in one of my other videos, I do a little mini art journal that's on extra pages that come from my Project Life agenda. And that's what this is. But this one, I was experimenting with a technique that I saw on YouTube. It's called kneaded paper, kneaded as in K, starting with a K. And you just take your magazine paper, and in this case, what this was a page out of a book that I bought that I cut up for collage materials, and you cover it in a glaze, a watered down glaze. That just protects your hands from getting all kinds of ink on it when you start to knead it. And then once that's dry, you take it, bundle up into a ball, and squish it. And you unroll it and flatten it out, and then squish it up again. And you keep doing this. And this breaks down the fibers in the paper, and it gives it almost a leathery material look. And so if I get a little closer up, on here, trying to keep the glare off it, you see all these little wrinkles and things like that? That's what you end up with. And as I said, the texture of it feels almost like leather. So I actually did some sewing around the edge of this one with one of the fancy stitches. And I've added a little bit of ink on top of it just to make the little crevices and that show up a little better. And of course, this is double-sided. This is the other side. This is a really neat book I found in a used bookstore. The pictures in it are fantastic. So I just put that all together, and this one is laminated because if you've seen the other video I've done before about this particular book, I put these through my laminator, makes them a little bit more permanent, and they just slip right into that binder. So that's what I've been up to over the last little while, and I hope it gives you some ideas of things that you might want to do as well. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.